Hi, this is GunNut226 here with another folding knife review. Today I'm looking at this K-Bar limited edition. It is XVII, which I believe is 17. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the case. Okay, first off, why did I buy this knife? I bought this knife because I've been liking knives from K-Bar lately. K-Bar's been really having some really nice knives, and actually I bought this a while ago, and I've carried it a little bit on and off. Recently I rediscovered it when I was going through my collection, and I was like, wow, haven't looked at this knife in a while, and I started carrying it around again, cleaned it up a little bit, and put it back in my ADC for a little bit of use. You can see I've been using it, so it's got some stuff on it still. First off, let's look at the blade. The blade itself is a nice design. It's a, don't know what the material is, I think it's a 440 stainless steel. Haven't had any problems with rust, and it's still very sharp. No problems with sharpness. I don't have a piece of paper to be found around this place. But it is sharp. It has kept an edge very well, actually, in my use. Not that my use has been extremely heavy, but it's been pretty decent. So let's take a look at the blade length, first of all. Here we see the blade length is about 3 inches, which is one of the other reasons that I purchased this knife. Is the blade length is right about where I need it to be, about 3 inches, and I like that. So we can see here that there is take a flashlight, get in there. Not phosphor bronze bushings, but they are nylon bushings in there. It does have a little bit of problem deploying. Did play with the pivot point slightly. I don't want to play a lot around with it too much, but it does give a nice, once you get it started, it gives you a nice deployment. The problem is for me getting it started, and I'll get to that in a minute. It is a liner lock. It performs pretty well. You can see it's part way in there. Let me turn another light on here so we can get a better view. So overall, not too bad. It locks up fairly strong. Up and down, yeah, no play up and down. Side to side, yeah, you can see right there. It is flexing a little bit side to side. So I probably could tighten up that pivot point just slightly to get rid of that. But at the same time, I don't want to ruin the deployment because it's a little tough already. So you got to find that delicate balance between the two. Also, if I took it apart and I lubed it up a little bit, it might also help the deployment. But I actually have not done that as of this point in time. I wanted to keep it stock the way it came, basically, to review it. I might do something with it later if I decide to carry it some more, or I might just move on to my next knife that I'm going to look at. Let's look at the weight. Go. You can see here 3.24 ounces. I rounded out to 3.2 ounces or so. Not terrible for an EDC blade, although for this size of blade and the way it looks, you would think it might be a little bit lighter. You can see it's got some liners in here. Handle material, I believe it's G10, which is also a very nice material, although this is not really a high traction G10, it's more of a medium traction. You still does have some slipping on here. There's not a lot of finger guards or finger grooves. It's not a bad little knife for utility purposes. I wouldn't recommend to press this into any kind of tactical situation. Pretty much any knife can be used in a tactical situation if really needed, but I wouldn't recommend it because there's not any finger guards. You don't have really super high traction on it. Your thumb can lock in here fairly well, but there's no jimping to grab onto. So I would say medium. It's -1 point for ergonomics in my book. I just don't like the way it feels overall. You can see here that it has stainless steel liners. You can see in there. It seems like they've hollowed one side out, but they chose not to hollow this side, and I could not figure that out for the life of me. If you hollow this side out, it doesn't seem like it compromises the strength of the frame at all, but it does make it lighter. Maybe I can see maybe where it has the split for the liner lock. You wouldn't want to hollow that out because it would compromise the strength of the liner lock potentially. But back here towards the end, it's like, why didn't they do that? Not really sure why. I can't tell you. If I was designing a knife, I probably would have done that. Maybe they had a good reason. I just don't know what it is. It is a flow-through design, so it's a little bit easier to clean, and I really like that. Like I said before, no jimping to speak of, so not overly impressed. I like the blade shape. It's pretty nice. A little bit different than what I'm used to. I do prefer the blade shapes more like this. A little bit thicker, a little bit beefier, has a little more character to it. But it's not bad. It's just plain and simple. Here we get to the part that I have a real problem with, is the deployment hole. Yeah, I've tried this mod before. I've put a zip tie on here and tried it, and it does help somewhat, but it's not the way the knife was originally designed, so I couldn't review it with the zip tie on. I have a real problem sliding my thumb into the hole because either my thumb's too big or the hole's too small or some combination thereof. Not really sure what it is, but they could have cut some more relief hedge in this G10 handle. It wouldn't cost that much more labor to do it, and you'd probably have a little bit nicer. They already have a little bit of a bump here. They could have maybe extended this a little bit. They could even shave some more material out of the top, potentially, so you can have a little bit more room to grab it. So I've been having real problems deploying it without any kind of other aid, like a zip tie, or, for instance. So that's a -1 point for them. It does have a lanyard hole here in the end if you like lanyards on your knives. A lot of the knives I review don't have lanyard holes, and this is one does. So yeah, not bad. Overall, it's a nice little knife, fairly compact. I like the clip design on it. It carries somewhat deep in the pocket. Haven't had a problem with it coming out. It has a pretty strong clip on it. It's got a little ramp at the end, so you don't have a problem getting it back into your pocket once you take it out. So, overall, pretty good. I think this knife, I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, because it was a very long time ago, to be honest. I think it was around $20 or less. So, say the price point is $19.99 or $20. I say it's a medium value. I wouldn't run out and buy another one at that price, even at $11.99. I believe I got it off of Amazon.com, so you can go look for it there if it's even still available, which I'm not even sure it is. Alright guys, sorry about that. My battery died once again. I think I'm going to have to look into getting either more batteries or batteries with a longer life. Anyway, like I was saying, I believe, it's a pretty good value. I wouldn't run out and buy more. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I like the knife. I don't think I'm going to be carrying it a whole lot more. It's going to just go into my collection. And I'm going to move forward with other knives that need to be reviewed. I need to test out, need to carry. One other thing that I probably want to mention is the serrations. They don't look too bad to sharpen. Haven't had to sharpen these yet, but I did run across the top, the plain edge part of it with a sharpener, and it sharpened up okay. So not any great shakes, but anyway, I just wanted to throw that in before I ended the review. If you have any other questions, concerns about this knife or anything else, just shoot me a PM or leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.